Juelz, happy to have you back, my man.
Oh man, thanks for inviting me back. Thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, man, I had to. I mean, the first interview went well. The people enjoyed it. So, it was only right to bring you back.
That's what's up, man. I'm happy the people enjoyed it, man. Kind of a likable guy, something like that. You heard?
Yes, indeed. So, before we get into anything, gotta ask you, what you got popping right now?
Just working. New music on the way for sure. You know what I'm saying? Got the brand. I can't feel my face. We real hot in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So just expanding the brand in all ways possible. You know what I'm saying? Not really trying to leave no loose ends. You know what I'm saying? Just developing the brand, man. I see FMF. So from label to, the medical marijuana, clothing brand, you know what I'm saying? All that. I mean,
You working on the album?
yeah, for sure, for sure. 1,000,000%. The album is done, With me, it's never about music. I mean, because I have a studio in my crib. I've always had a studio, so I know people just get tired of hearing that. They just want the music, so it's cool. Music coming though. You know what I'm saying? Put out a couple records just to test the waters, but I'm gonna drop the full album on them in a second. I just had to iron a couple things out.
That one record you came out with called Score, that was a dope record, man.
Oh yeah, score, and that was just like a little timing record. Like the NBA was. I had a record, I don't really do drill records, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a drill beat. It was something new for me. You know what I mean? So I didn't even really want to put it out at the moment, but it was like they was doing like something for 2K. 2K the basketball thing with picking the records and shit. So I'm like, all right, this might be a dope record to go on 2K. So for the licensing and shit like that, them purposes. And then of course, the Knicks was doing good at that time. So we was looking good out there. So I didn't want to drop it and then right after the time in the basketball of the Knicks, so I thought that was kind of like the perfect time for that. But you know, had everything else lined up like the record. I don't know if you heard with me and Jada Kiss, Party and Bullshit. We got that out right now. We got out the record with me and A Boogie. One drop my blunt. Me and A Boogie called Friendly, and we dropped another one. Yeah, with me, Jim Jones, my brother, of course, Rowdy Rebel and Meek Mills, called Boys in the Hood. So I got those out right now. Those are probably gonna be on the album too. Just now that they out already a little bit later in the album.
Yeah, that Party and Bullshit record was fire.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. I try to just do a little bit more, man. To have the videos and shit lined up, everything lined up. That's why I dropped every song with the video. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I had the content for everything at least. I was trying to do like a movie type thing, but everything didn't work out in a time frame and my plans. I still plan on doing it in the near future. You know what I'm saying? Tying everything up. But I still want to make sure I had that content. So for every record I put out, I'm gonna try to, have some content, have a video for it, or so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Feed the people.
Gotta keep feeding the people. But with that being said, man, it's a lot going on right now, man. I gotta ask you, Cam and Jim, how you feel about that situation?
Oh man, I definitely don't it's not something I condone or I think, you know what I mean? I'm rooting for, I'm sitting there watching and happy that it's going on. I'm definitely not at all, both of them are still my brothers at the end of the day. So, you know, with that being said, I definitely don't like what's going on. I never liked it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wins when the family feuds. You heard? So no matter what we going through behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? But you know, as men, things happen, and social media is so powerful and so strong now that, you know, sometimes things spill over. You know what I'm saying? And you have situations like you have now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
When I was looking at Cam interview with 50, he said that it was internal issues going on with Dipset when 50 brought you and Jim Jones out of the show. Out of curiosity, what's the backstory behind that? Y'all coming out that 50 show?
Well, the Cam and 50, the Cam and 50 beef was like a public display. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was from the radio, Hot 97. You know what I'm saying? 50 went up there and said some things, you know what I'm saying, about Koch and them being a graveyard label. And, Cam had some things to say back to 50, and that led to the whole Curtis situation that Cam was doing. You know what I'm saying? And the songs got put out on both sides from Cam and Fifth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's how that went. I don't know the timeline. I can't recall the timeline because I'm bad with that of when 50 reached out. If it was really at that time, you know what I'm saying, of that specific incident, but whatever. 50 did reach out and Jim did go on stage. And me as a brother, I mean, Jim had Ballin' out at the time, which Ballin' was the number 1 record, you know what I'm saying, everywhere. So, just like we support each other, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was taught. I was always like the young brother. I'm supporting my brothers by any means necessary. So, in my stance, even if Cam would have went to do that show, I would have went with Cam. You know what I'm saying? The same way Jim went to do the show and I went with Jim. That's my brother. He going to do a show with G Unit. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know these niggas like that. Anything could pop off. You know what I mean? It's never the artist. You know what I'm saying? It's never probably gonna be the 50 Cents, the Lloyd Banks or the Tony Ayos, but you know what I mean? They known to travel with a million niggas, especially at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going I'm holding my brother down by any means necessary on stage and just in case. You know what I'm saying? We gotta move as a unit all the time. That's what I was taught. We gotta, you know what I'm saying, no matter what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I try to always move. You know what I mean? And do things. You know what I'm saying? I try not to let so much spill over, but you know, Cam and Jim history go back before me. You understand what I'm saying? Like Cam and when I met Cam and Jim, they were super close. So I honestly don't really know Jim being from the Bronx and all that. You know what I'm saying? When I met them, they was in 5H, which is, you know what I'm saying, Jim's apartment. And that's, like I guess that time was after all the stuff Cam had said already with the Children of the Corn and Jim, whatever he said. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when I got there, Cam and Jim was like this, super tight. Mase wasn't even in the picture. I don't know Mase like that. You know what I'm saying? Every time I seen Mase, it's been a mutual, you know what I'm saying, respect there. So, that's what that's been as far as me and Mase. You know what I'm saying? As far as yeah, when I met Cam and Jim, they were already Trump tight and locked in. You understand what I'm saying? The diplomats was already a name they had. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit there and claim I made the dip, so that's not something I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I made Dipset though, the actual the two. Yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
That was your idea?
Hey, yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, it just like shit I said in a rhyme. A lot of things I used to say in the rhymes used to just stick sometimes. You know what I mean? And it's just something we'll say. Like even like words like the Goonies and shit like that. Those are words we said in rhymes, and then they just stuck out. We'll wind up saying them. You know what I'm saying? As slogans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So Dipset was saying, as members. You know what I'm saying? We was members repping heavy. You know what I'm saying? At the time. So, our set, that was everything. You know what I'm saying? What was your set? Was set you claiming. You know what I'm saying? Was set you claiming. You know what I'm saying? That was a big thing in New York. You know what I'm saying? Especially around that time, you had the Bloods was, you know what I mean? We was real heavy. You know what I'm saying? And that everything was about the set. So I think I said something like dip set or dip is my set, some shit like that. But yeah, like I said, the diplomats was already made. You know what I'm saying? I just came and added my sauce and my swag to the movement. But yeah, Cam and Jim was already kind of locked in. They was in 5H, which was Jim's house in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? We used to smoke all day and just talk about how big we gonna fucking be. You know what I'm saying? I used to take the cab down to Jim's spot. I ain't lie. I used to take the cab down there and ain't have no money to even get back. You know what I'm saying? Back uptown some nights. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it. Like I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was, just trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know.
I got you. So that's the reason why you was at 50 show. You was supporting Jim Jones.
Yeah, to read that's my brother. I would have been at the show if it was Freaky Zeke there. You know what I'm saying? And he had the dope biggest song out. I'd have been there to, you know what I mean? To just support and show that unity. You know what I'm saying?
But you would admit that, it did look a little crazy, right? You going on stage with 50 while, him and Cam is beefing.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't the beef was internal at that time. This wasn't the loud beef that was going on. You know what I'm saying? This beef was the internal beef. You know what I'm saying? So I think Cam and this is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I think Cam in his mind was asking 50, like, how did you even know we were kind of like eternally beefing? You know what I'm saying? Which I don't think 50 knew. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, Jim just had the hot record at the time. You know what I mean? Cam, they has got on, they has had their words or whatever. No, it might have been, because you're right. This one, I think this one 50 said I like Jim better. So it was around the time. You're right. So I'm wrong. You're right. This was around the time after they had the argument. So what you asking me is, do I think it was wrong for Jim to go on stage?
Yeah, for the people out there that's saying that.
I mean, nah. I mean, like I said, it was a big platform. You know what I mean? Niggas know what this shit is about. Ain't nobody shed no blood. Look at right now. You got Fat Joe. All the people that 50 beef with, he's not beefing with no more. Besides Ja Rule. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Jim just was smart enough to do it quicker. They say time heals all wounds. So people usually let years and years and years go by. Jim, you know what I mean? He saw his moment. He saw his moment, and he saw that 50 had a platform at the time that was, bigger than ours. It was bigger than ours. So to perform a song which was the biggest song out right now in front of a crowd that we are not normally in front of, you understand what I'm saying? I don't think it was the worst thing. Like Jim knew that it wasn't no bloodshed, you know what I'm saying? And Jim was smart enough to know, I think, all right, this shit is not even that serious. Like we like at the time I knew people in Queens, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like the Cam, and look at him and Cam right now. They're on the platform. So obviously the beef wasn't that serious. You understand what I'm saying? They just waited longer to settle their differences. Why is it cool to see Cam and 50 now, but it wasn't cool to see Jim and 50 then? You understand what I'm saying? That Jim and Cam is beefing now, right? So y'all say, okay, so why is 50 on? You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. It's just people like to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? People got their favorites even in the groups, man. It's always been like that. So now when the group clash, it's like, people want to take, I think the bullshit. Like if y'all really want to see niggas, you know what I'm saying, move as a unit, don't be taking this. Even if you like Cam more than you like Jim, you like Jim more than you like Cam. You know what I'm saying? It's Dipset. You know what I'm saying? So you know when you see them going at it, you know what you're seeing. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, that the egg on and shit like that. Like I'm definitely not gonna be the one to egg it on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could be the one to, you know what I mean, resolve it. I ain't gonna say that, but I definitely ain't gonna be the one to egg it on and but I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want everybody, be on this. They don't want people saying their names in interviews. You know what I'm saying? But now people got these platforms where they asking people, so it's like a thin line. So then you got Jim, like it's just like people say you can't respond, even though Jim wasn't attacked, his name was mentioned. You understand what I'm saying? So now it opens the door for Jim to say something back. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? With these podcasts and shit like that. So it opens the door, and Jim chose to, say why niggas was on his dick. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jim chose to carry it. You know what I'm saying? And then, Cam chose to carry it the way Cam chose to carry it, and you have what you have now. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm not here to egg it on, I'm just I'm just watching it like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I've always been like the little brother. You understand what I'm saying? That's like, as much as I could say, it's like, you know, all I could say, and Jim and Cam are very competitive. You understand what I'm saying? They've always been competitive, and it got to the point to where, they had to be competitive against each other. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Jim is doing what he do in his lane right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dropping music, you know what I mean? Doing his thing. Cam got the show popping, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So both of them feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's that Harlem shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just, you know, we always gotta let our nuts hang and drag our nuts, you know what I'm saying? And we deal with whatever comes with it later. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, clashes. Sometimes clashes, man, and sometimes it just be a simple misunderstanding. It definitely be, things that probably could have been resolved. But like I said, now you got social media and you got the internet and you got these things that are happening so fast, and you know what I'm saying? It just kind of like like I really looked at podcasts the other day. I was watching a bunch of podcasts. I'm like, it's crazy how all these old stories are getting everybody into so much trouble. These are just be old stories. Even like all the shit Cam said. All the shit Cam said was something. He said all that on a live he did before, or pretty much like he did. You know what I mean? With him and Jim had some words, you know, they weren't on the best of terms years ago. So, it's just new to the new listeners. You know what I'm saying? And the new internet fans and the new people that are on, these podcasts and listening to these podcasts. So, you know, this is just like a double back of something that happened a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, did this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of, like I said, because I have my own issues with, you know what I mean? Behind the scenes, or whatever the case may be. We all probably have our own issues behind the scenes with whoever, but
Yeah, and I know Cam, he said that Jim was a fan. Like when he came around, he was a big fan of what they was doing. And he felt like he was a cool guy, so, he kept them around pretty much.
I mean, I was a fan too. I was a fan of Jim and Cam's before I met him. You know what I'm saying? I was going to the tunnel. I watched them perform. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where, you know what I mean? I don't know, sometimes people gotta, you know what I mean? Not, you know what I mean? Certain things are said, but it's like, I don't know, like the fan, like I said, I was a fan too. So hey, I was a fan of Cams before I met him. I was a fan of Jim's. I was a fan of Jadakiss and all the locks. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of hip hop. I used to work on 125th Street in the Mart 125 selling CDs. So, you know what I'm saying? I was a fan of just hip hop. I was all the bootlegs. If you know anything about Harlem and 125th Street, that was just the spot. You know what I'm saying? For bootlegs, CDs, tapes, before CDs, tapes, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, as much as I had my hustling shit, I had my trying to do right days. You know what I'm saying? Too. When I was, you know what I mean? Young kid just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So I had all different types of walk through life. You know what I mean? I had my time when I was hustling, getting to it, going, you know what I mean, busting moves, and I was getting to the money. Then I had times where, I was just a fucked up young kid. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how I'm gonna get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to get into no trouble. You know what I'm saying? A fan of, you know, all types of music because I love music at the time. So, I've always been a fan. I'm still a fan, matter of fact. So, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of a lot of shit. I'm a fan of podcasts. I like your podcast. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the art of dialogue. Is that a problem?
Nah, not at all.
All right. That's what I'm saying. So let's not get this fan shit, but let's like it ain't so you know what I'm saying? Are you laughing? Is everybody laughing at all they fans? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't think that was like the thing that, you know. Listen, man, this is the Dipset, man. This shit wouldn't be nothing without none of us, bro. At the end of the day, and that's what people got to understand. We all put bricks into this building. You understand what I'm saying? And if you start taking bricks out the building, you know what I mean? It just becomes you just had these missing pieces in the building. You know what I'm saying? These empty spaces. And we all put bricks into the building. You understand what I'm saying? To build the building up to what it was. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why you have Dipset. You know what I mean? You have times where some members were stronger than other members. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what a crew that's what a crew is about. You know what I'm saying? It's about when you fall, I can hold you. You know what I mean? That's why we make each other strong. You understand what I'm saying? People forget the motto and start laughing at the wrong things in these with these podcasts and start, you know what I mean? Everything is a joke and everything is funny and everything is like trying to play in it. And I mean, like, but like, like, let's get to the real shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just about what's real. I'm just about what's real. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't with a lot of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see me, you know what I mean, too tough, because it be a lot of bullshit out here, man. A lot of fake shit, a lot of sucker shit, a lot of corny shit, a lot of wacky shit. You know what I mean? Niggas be out here, you know what I mean? A lot of niggas just acting cool with each other and they ain't cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? Soon as one thing, you know what I mean, hit the fan, you gonna see. So, you know what I mean? That's why I just like, and you don't hear me talking, you know what I mean? I got so much hidden in my archives, bro. Cause it's just like, I mean, I just was taught to, you know what I mean? Certain shit is just not meant to speak about, or certain things are just like to say on these podcasts. It's no, it's no way to turn it, but for it to be like an attack on. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like unless I speak to these people or this person, I mean, unless we can have a conversation, it just won't never be said. You know what I'm saying? And that that motto is just lost in the game we in. You know what I'm saying? I respect podcasts and I respect everything y'all do and the information y'all get from people, you know, and y'all just doing y'all job. So whatever a person says or however a person chooses to react on these podcasts is on them. You understand what I'm saying? But I think we start getting lost and just what's like I said, what's real. And was just like, all right, cool. That was just said to be funny. That was just said to be, you know what I mean? But let's cut through all the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Who idea was it to wear pink? I know Jim Jones. He said that he came up with the idea, but from your point of view, who came up with it?
I don't really know, honestly. Jim came up with a lot of ideas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who came up with the idea for Pink, honestly. So for me to sit here and say that, I would be lying. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Jim is a fly nigga. Jim is definitely, you know what I'm saying? We all fly niggas in our own right. But at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. The pink shit, I don't know. The Cam brought it to the masses. Cam did it like it made it a thing for sure. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say that, yes, Cam made it a thing. But is it possible that he could have got it from Jim? Yes. You know what I'm saying? We all took from each other in little ways. This what I'm saying. Like nigga gotta stop all this. Yo, I did this and we was crew, bro. Do you understand what crew is? Nigga? See, that's why I say y'all niggas don't be crew. Y'all niggas don't be bros, or y'all niggas don't, or y'all missing something that I just don't get, bro. Cause in crew and bros, certain shit is like what's understood don't need to be said, nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We all taking from each other. You know what I'm saying? But if we a team, in order to reach 100%, we all gotta, you know what I'm saying? We all gotta give. We all gotta give. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas gonna give 30%, some niggas may give more than others, but to reach that 100%, we gotta be a team. You know what I'm saying? Just like when people come to me and people may say, yo, Wayne, people always love to say that, yo, Wayne got this from you. I'd be like, you know how much shit I got from Wayne? And that's what I'm saying. Like these be things I'd be like, why is that like a thing? Like, you know what I mean? But that's how we living. That's how niggas is living nowadays. Everybody wanna be the, you know. I know what I brought to this shit. I already know. Y'all niggas know me. That's my slogan. I don't pop shit. I show shit. You know what I'm saying? You heard?
What are some of the things you feel like you came up with?
Too much, man. Too much. A lot of drip, man. A lot of sauce, man. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't want to give me nothing, like I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Cause you got people who say they. You know what I mean? You got. Sometimes it's like a technical thing. People want to say, "Oh, I started this." If people don't want to say I started, I ain't. Guess what, Juelz? I ain't start nothing, but I made a whole lot of shit hot and popular. You know what I'm saying? Because you always gonna have somebody that say I did this first. So if niggas want that, guess what? But I made it hot. When you was doing it, other niggas didn't copy it. When I started doing it, niggas started doing it and wanting to do it. That's the difference in what I do. You understand what I'm saying? I make shit hot. You may wear some shit and it's like cool. Nobody wants to wear it or nobody wants to do what you're doing. And I may take the same thing you just did and that everybody want to do it. And yes, you may sit there and say, "Oh, but I did that first." Okay, but you're not him. I'm him. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I definitely bought a lot of shit, man. You know what I mean? Like I say, man, from just the swag, all types of drip. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to point to one thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know what I mean, the Rockstar shit, you know what I'm saying? Bandanas, you know what I mean? The way the bandanas is worn, being folded, you know what I mean? Just being a young fly nigga in the crew. You understand what I'm saying? Made clothing brands hot. Like I said, I don't need to say which ones. Many of them, many and plenty of them. You know what I'm saying? We wore it and it just through the roof. Even some names that were already big, we took and did with them. You know what I mean? Made hoodies out of scarves and shit. You know what I'm saying? And and like I said, see, me and Jim, we were the type of niggas like it's like I say, we you feed off each other. Jim may be in the store and do something, and I'm like, oh, that's fly. And I may be in the store and do something. He's like, oh, that's fly. I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's how we did. So it's not like who did it. Like you took it, ran with it. You know what I'm saying? How it go? Like But I guess you know what I mean. A lot of that shit was just like I said, stuff to me that like it wasn't even really about nothing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even really like about nothing. It was just like, you know, I mean, as far as like even going back to that, like on when you ask is Jim like from the Bronx, like it don't really matter where you was born at, right? When it just kind of like it's kind of like that's kind of like when people say like, I when Cam said Curtis, it's like when people say your name, right? We all got rap names, so when people say your real name, it's kind of like it's meant to be like oh, your name is Jerome. What's up, Jerome? Jerome, you're Jerome, or you're so what? That don't mean a nigga wants Jerome or Hakeem or whatever his name is won't slap the dog shit out you. You know what I'm saying? So, eh, like I say, you gotta get to the shit that matters, really. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop being fooled by the illusion of shit that's just like, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's the internet. Everything is about jokes and games, and you know what I mean, trying to, I guess, make people look smaller than what they are. You know what I'm saying? But you know that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really here for those type of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to still be, who I am. You know what I'm saying? Healthy, getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas fucked up out here. So I'm happy to be not fucked up.
But to go back to Cam saying Jim not from Harlem, is it like a situation where, Jim, he was born in the Bronx and he was raised in Harlem? Like, is that the case?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I really, like I said, I never even had that conversation with Jim. You understand what I'm saying? When I met Jim, it was a Harlem thing. He was, already over here. You know what I mean? His mom, we did used to go to the Bronx. His mom's had the crib over there. But I don't doubt he's born. He never denied it. And Jim has never denied it. So, you know what I mean? He probably was born in the Bronx. You know what I mean? But where he grew up at, and I know for sure, and did most of his whatever he was doing was in these streets of Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that that's it right there. It's like when they were saying what was they saying? 21 was from London, right? 21 Savage. You know what I mean? People just say things to say like, all right, cool. Like after the joke's over and it's certain things like you I guess if you want to laugh at that, like, all right. Nigga still know 21 a gangster though. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. So Jim, he always said he was from the Bronx. He never tried to hide it.
Yeah, I don't know if he said he was. I don't think the question's ever asked. Like, no, I don't think nobody's really even asked Jim, or was you born? I mean, because Jim ain't gonna hide. I don't think Jim will hide it. Like, it just got to be a question for Jim. If somebody want to ask him, well, where were you literally born? In what hospital? In the Harlem hospital or the Bronx hospital? Like, if people want to take it that far, and if that means that much to people, like, all right, if he say he was born in the Bronx, cool. Jim is a Harlem nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? Just like Cam is a Harlem nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? So, still to this day, Jim be in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I be in Harlem.
What I'll say is this: if I had to give my opinion, if he was born in the Bronx but he was raised in Harlem, he from Harlem.
Yeah, so there you have it. So that honestly, the next question would have to be for Jim. Somebody would literally have to ask him because I haven't. It hasn't meant that much to me. I haven't cared enough to sit there and say, "Yo, bro, was you born in the Bronx?" Because if he was, to me, that has nothing to do with his Harlem card. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I say, I know. You know what I'm saying? He put on. So all I can say is we one thing about we all put in pain for this shit, man. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Sometimes I understand Jim's pain, you know, because I don't think it's coming from a negative space. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just coming from a space of like, like just like wanting people to understand how much he's put in. And some people are like that. Some people, they kind of, you know what I mean, especially want that just due, especially from certain people. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, but I think a lot of things get blown out of proportion though too, man. I think a lot of things get, you know what I mean? And like I said, things are happening so fast. We in a days and an age where we don't see each other as much. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when tensions is going on and niggas don't really even know how niggas feeling about each other's at the moment, niggas ain't talking. You know what I'm saying? And things get said. It's like, you get those type of reactions. I mean,
That's real. But speaking of Harlem, Jim, he always said that Mase, he taught him how to rap.
yep. That's what I'm saying. Look, he always said that. He's always said that. So why wouldn't he admit that I mean, and that's, come on. You got to think. He's always, one thing about Jim, he's always, you know what I mean, said how much he, ain't like Mace and all that, whatever. But he's also always said Mace taught him how to rap. You know what I'm saying? They got to know how to be honest. It's nothing to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you in jail. It's like you in jail. You gotta learn how to respect men, no matter how gangster you is. It's another gangster right in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you can't push the line with everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta respect certain shit. You understand what I'm saying? Or you get what you get, and it's gonna be a clash. You know what I'm saying?
But what went wrong between both of them?
I don't know. That was before my time. Mace, whatever happened between Mace and Jim was before my time. Like I said, Mace wasn't even around. Nothing Dipset when I came around. Not one thing. Cam felt the same way Jim felt about Mace at this time, to my knowledge. You know what I mean? I'm definitely happy they. But that's what I say. You know what I mean? Just as much as like Cam and Mase fixed it now. Jim and Cam is nah. It should be they should all I feel like be. You know what I mean? Cool. Like you know what I mean? I don't know. And then people, it's like the people kind of egg that shit on. Like it's like, oh, you cool with this one? You can't. I don't know. Like it should be weird to me. Like I mean, I don't be knowing, bro. For real. But yeah, Mace wasn't around nothing Dipset when I came along. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Dipset felt the same way about Mace, to my knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? I was the only one that really just didn't know Mace. So every time I seen Mace, it was kind of like, you know what I mean? It was just a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I know niggas from uptown. You know what I mean? I'm from the hill. I'm from Sugar Hill, up the hill. Cam and them is from down the hill. So, I had homies that were signed to Mace All Out Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like my homies, niggas that I grew up with that was signed. So, you know, it was like, then I met Cam and them, you know. It was all a Harlem thing. That's what I was saying. It was all like it was just lot of Harlem shit going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Harlem shit. And we'd be here for days talking about this, because there's so much going on back then. You know what I mean? For real, for real. It's crazy because it's kind of like the same thing with me and Cam. They were from my side of town, and Mace was from Cam's area. They met up with Cam. I mean, they were from down. I mean, Mace was from down the hill. So it's the same thing like me linking up with Cam, down the hill and up the hill. You know what I'm saying? It's just things ain't work out. Things ain't work out with Mason for them. You know what I mean? The way things worked out with me and Cam. You know what I'm saying? But they was definitely with him. Shout out my man Bugs, my man D Gritty. You know what I'm saying? The Teamsters. That's what they group was called, the Teamsters.
Would it be fair to say that Jim, he was y'all muscle in a sense when you look back at it?
Um, in a sense, I definitely feel like it looked like that to the people. You know what I mean? And in a sense he was. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense Zeke was. You know what I mean? In a sense we I don't think like yeah, I mean yeah, and yeah, it definitely he portrayed that. I mean, I think Jim kind of like he owned that role. You understand what I'm saying? Like just being like but it wasn't in the sense of anybody else being like a weak link or like because you know what I'm saying because we were all men in our situation like and that goes for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their ways now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got ways about them. I ain't gonna say that or everybody, even me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but yeah, Jim definitely was frontline for the set though. Like that. That's no mystery. Did he put on for the set? Yeah, you know what I mean. But at the same time, we all put on for the set. So you know what I mean. We just all had a role to play, and we all played our roles well. That's what I'm saying. We were all playing different positions at different times. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think made us great and made us dope. We formed Voltron and we come together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, yeah, Jim definitely was always the one to stand out, and you know what I mean, always jump first though. I could definitely say that. Cause Jim just had that aura and he had that, you know what I'm saying? Especially back then, Jim known for having that attitude, you know what I'm saying? Just that no talking, zero tolerance attitude. Like it's like, nah, just go off for anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he was.
Two more for Cam for taking over the rock. When you said that, was that intentional?
It was intentional, yeah, for sure. Why wouldn't that have been intentional?
I mean, what made you say that?
Cause that was the truth. We came over and we kind of like I felt like we kind of like took it over, and yeah, we did. You know what I mean? We were the most effective. When we came, we were the most effective crew at the time. When all of us was on the label, I mean, I feel like, I mean, and even though we came a little bit later, granted, you know what I'm saying? So State Property was having a run, but I just feel like that's how I felt. I mean, I'm a Harlem nigga. We coming over. We taking this shit over. Cam took this shit over. Dame named it the president. You know what I'm saying? I was on my shit. I'm riding for my set. Like, you know what I mean, we took this shit over. They know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't as, you know what I mean? Like, it was beef. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas don't gotta take shit so serious. It wasn't like it was beef with Rockefeller members. It was just like a friendly competition. We over here, we working. Nigga. We putting out that hot shit. We fire. We got it lit out here in the streets. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's up? That's how it's supposed to be. You want to lay, go ahead and put out your record. Not like it shouldn't be like, put out your record and then your record do better than mine. It's like, I want to fight you. Like, what type of corny shit? Like, I mean, like, it's like, where's the line get drawn to this being a friendly competition and it being like, nigga, you's a fucking hater. Or you just don't want to see me, you know what I mean, do better than you. Like, I don't know. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing niggas do good. That's why I could walk in any room. Man, nigga doing, you know what I mean? Because I'm him. So even if a nigga think he doing better than me, it's like, you know what I mean, I'm that nigga, boy. Like, I mean, stand next to me is a big, be that nigga regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? But niggas don't know how to be that nigga regardless. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas ain't that nigga regardless. So it's like they need that.
But when you said that line, you didn't consider that, it might stir up some tension, with the artist on the label and Jay?
I didn't care what Jay was going to feel away about, man. That wasn't my concern. Not saying it on no shit like that, because people could run with that. Oh, he said, nah, man. I just wasn't concerned with that. We was Dipset. That's how I felt. Like I said, I'm standing on how I felt. We came over there, and like I said, despite Jay, I felt like, you know what I mean? Jay was Jay. So it's like, I don't think, out of anybody, Jay shouldn't have took it no way. You know what I'm saying? Jay was Jay. Like, it's like, I mean, it's no taking your you the owner, the president. I mean, like, we can only be under you. There's no being in your position. You understand what I'm saying? You're the captain of that ship, which is Rockefeller. We got Dipset, but like I said, we came over and we showed our ass. You know what I'm saying? Cam dropped a platinum album right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Our first record dropped on that joint was Oh Boy. Then we followed up with Hey Ma, two of the biggest records, you know what I'm saying? To probably come out that whole Rockefeller situation, you know what I'm saying? Despite, you know what I mean, a lot of the Jay-Z records. You know what I'm saying? Don't get twisted like it wasn't other huge records on Rockefeller, because everybody from Beanie Siegel, shout out to Beans, that's my name, Freeway, all of them, man. It was like I fucked with all of them. I ain't have no, you know what I'm saying, besides my friendly competition and knowing I'm that nigga. And, you know, like I said, it's like, I don't care if it's my brother or whoever, like, nigga, I'm that nigga. You can't fuck with me, nigga. But I ain't beefing with you. I don't care who I'm next to, whether even right now, I don't care if it's little baby Future, and I'm sure they feel the same way. I'm that nigga. You that nigga. All right, cool. You feel that way, I feel that way. But we don't got a beef about it. You know what I'm saying? Be that nigga in your space. And as long as a nigga don't come in your space and interrupt you being that nigga in your own way, then I mean, fuck it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. But do you remember when Dane wanted Cam to be the vice president?
Honestly, I think I would have to say, I think Dame just saw the way Cam was handling his business. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was an internal thing, like Dame was trying to be slick. You know what I'm saying? But all I could really say was, you know what I mean? The way Cam was handling his business over there at the time. You know what I'm saying? I think Dame respected it, and Dame kind of may have, I say that to word it better. Dame may have thought that Cam was, you know what I mean, more serious about taking that position. You understand what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And that's all it was. Like I say, people get so bent out of shape on, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta have like you gotta have a fucking a round table, man. every week niggas gotta go to the round table, man, and talk about whatever needs to be talked about. Cause you know what I'm saying? I don't really remember exactly what happened with that shit. I didn't get caught up too much in that shit. You know what I mean? So that shit was like whatever to me. We was still just making music, whether he was a president or this shit didn't matter to me. We was Dipset. We used to like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really that shit mattered to everybody else over there. That shit didn't matter at all to me. Like, for real. Whether he was the president, me and Cam was still that shit didn't do nothing for me, or you know what I mean? That shit was just what it was. So, you know what I mean? Just words. Cause you know what I mean nothing really happened. I don't think Cam ever wound up being a president, really. You know what I'm saying? So it was just words, something that was said and you know, got got a lot of legs and everybody ran with it and, you know, ruffled some feathers. You know. Now I don't know if that was intentionally or not. But you know, Dame and Cam had their own relationship as well. So, you know, they would talk about things and have conversations that I wasn't privy to all the time. So with that being said, I don't know what the whole thing behind that was for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. I just know it happened.
Yeah, I know when I did my interview with Dame, he told me he got a lot of calls when that news came out.
Oh no, yeah, I know that for sure. There was a lot of feelings involved. I mean, you could have known that just off of, you know what I mean? I mean, you knew. Like Cam just came there. You know what I mean? He was the newest nigga on the team. It's like a business, bro. And see me, I deal with common sense. Anybody in a business, the people that been there the longest feel entitled. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they not working hard enough, just because they've been around you the longest, they feel entitled. But that's what people got to stop doing. And I ain't saying this was what it was at the time, but it's about who's ready for the position. It's always about who's ready for the position. I don't care if you've been around 20 years and somebody been around 5. Or, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, bro. It's who's qualified for the position for us to get the best results. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, yeah, you could take that risk and give somebody that may not be fully qualified to see, if they step up to the plate and do it. But, you know what I mean? That's somebody taking a chance, taking a risk. The right thing to do is hire the person that's fit for the job. That's why these big corporations and these business wins. They're not hiring a family member or somebody that just been around and just because they feel entitled. They hiring, you know what I mean, the right person for the position. So, they got to just stop feeling entitled all the time. And like I said, I don't know if that's what I'm not saying that situation was like niggas was feeling entitled. But me having common sense, I know it's still gonna ruffle niggas' feathers. Like Cam just came, he got the president position. What about all the other niggas like that been there? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like obvious they gonna feel it. Like I said, that's why I didn't care because I came along with Cam. I knew I wasn't getting the position. I wasn't even in mind for this, so I didn't give a about none of that shit. It didn't ruffle my feathers. If anything, I was happy because my man got the position. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna help our situation out. Dipset. So, you know, that's it for me. It wasn't really like it was no tension there. That's one thing I could say. All the artists on Roc-A-Fella had a mutual respect for each other. So we had a mutual respect for Beans. Cam had a mutual respect for Beans. Beans had a mutual respect for us, state property, so on and so forth. Even Memphis Bleak, it was a mutual respect there. You know what I'm saying? So despite how we felt as artists, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it was just for us, it was just kind of like the sport of it. Like, so nobody was like tensions weren't high on that level, like niggas was making it be known. You understand what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like niggas was doing shit, making it be known. Like it was just like tensions is high. Like Cam just got the job. Niggas probably feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just a common sense thing. Like when tensions high on your block in the hood, like something just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga might have slapped this nigga, so his peoples might feel some type of way about that. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of just be, you know what I mean? That's just it. It's just like, you learn these kind of things. Like
Yeah, I get it. But to go back to the comment you made earlier about the Rockstar look, you got a lot of people that feel like Wayne got that from you.
Wayne was a student of the game. I always say that. Wayne is a student of the game. Just like we all should be. We all should have been. You know what I'm saying? I know I was. Anything niggas say Wayne got from me, you know what I mean? Niggas don't know I took things from Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Or niggas may know too. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's what it was. Like you supposed to figure out what you could take from somebody and add to your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? And learn how to do that, but still be yourself and still have your own identity. And you know what I mean? You know how to do that.
I can't feel my face. Why that never came out?
A lot of politics. I can't feel my face was all politic situation. Me and Wayne was, you know what I mean? Me and Wayne was on the same page at all costs. We still are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at that time, I mean, if you remember, even after that, Wayne and T Pain was supposed to drop an album called T Wayne. That never came out. So, you know, that time it was just too much politics. Like it wasn't like that had never happened before. We would have been the first ones to do it. And you know what I mean? I don't think me and Wayne were in a position to make it happen the way we wanted to make it happen. Cause we wanted to make it happen, but it was so much that we was connected to that was bigger than us at the time. Like I was signed to Dipset, he was signed to Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? Dipset was signed to Roc-A-Fella slash Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? So it's all of these entities that are involved. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to figure out how they getting paid off this. Everybody, me and Wayne just want to put out a dope ass project. We don't give a fuck about all that. We'll receive our royalties, go do our shows, but you gotta think. Once we say we doing an album, Wayne is the number one artist. I'm as big as I am. They looking like how we all breaking this down. You know what I'm saying? And when don't nobody's things ain't seeing eye to eye, deals fall apart. And as simple as that. It's not even like me and Wayne were on the same label. Like we weren't even both on Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? Or both on. Maybe it would have worked if you were both on Cash Money, or both on Dips. Yeah, maybe it would have worked. But at that time, the you know what I mean? The politics was so much stronger than the artists. You understand what I'm saying? Politics, like now, artists are a little bit stronger than the politics. I feel like artists dictate the politics. We make the politics. You know what I'm saying? We create because you know what I mean. You got a lot of independent artists. You got a lot of artists that you know what I mean figured out their situations and better deals, better. But back then it was different. It was a little different. Me and Wayne ain't have as much say so as we would have today in today's day and age. You know what I'm saying? To just say, yo, we doing this because this what we want to do, and we'll figure it out. You know what I mean on the back end.
Yeah, that's real talk. But speaking of Wayne, right? Most people they consider him a top 10 rapper of all time. But when it comes to you, how you feel about the people that say you one of the biggest what ifs in hip hop history?
That's cool. Everybody got a right to their opinion. I don't get mad at nothing nobody say. That's what people feel. Like with me, you know what I'm saying? That's cool because I do got a lot of. I did have a lot of things I could say I left on the table. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it was a lot of things I left on the table. So I definitely have my own reasoning for it, but it's not to put out there for people to, oh, why? Nah, it is what it is. I'm happy. I don't have no regrets. So at the end of the day, things always could have been done differently or could have been done maybe a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But I'm good. I'm always gonna be that nigga. That's one thing about like my greatest gift is being that nigga and always being that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas can't be like me even 20 years, 30 years later. Like niggas don't look like me. Niggas don't like. Come on, man. These niggas is just. But it's cool. like I said, I'm not about excuses either, so I don't like to really, because anything you say is just an excuse. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm good off that too. Like I'm great at the end of the day. I'm in a great position. I'm still that nigga, so I can still do a lot of shit that niggas just can't do. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm never irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like most niggas don't got the gift I got. So I'm just happy to, you know what I mean, still be blessed and still be able to, you know, be a nigga that niggas like you want to talk to. Nigga that you see how you said, well, that interview was good. You know what I mean? Niggas, you got to, you know what I mean? Just always being somebody that's, you know, a factor in this shit. You understand what I'm saying? No matter what.
At one point, Jay wanted you, right?
Yeah, it was a point where Jay wanted to, I mean, you know, yeah, it was a point where Jay-Z wanted to fuck with me. Um, he would come in my sessions just like that and, you know, just chill in the back. Watch me record a couple times. Gave me a few little pointers, you know what I'm saying? Um, when I was at Rockefeller and nah, not when I was at Rockefeller, when I was stayed at Def Jam, Cam kind of wanted us everybody to go to Koch because, you know, Koch I guess was paying more at the time. But at the time I just, you know what I mean? I felt like at the time it was a different time than it was now. Like and being independent wasn't the thing it was now. You understand what I'm saying? Back then. Back then being independent was like because you couldn't get a deal. You understand what I'm saying? Not like because you chose to and you see all the potential that it has with and all the money you can make long as you do certain things when it comes to being independent. All those things wasn't at the forefront yet. So for me, it was just like, damn, I don't want to come off a major label, then go to like this independent label because you know, it did have the stigma kind of like what 50 was trying to say. Oh, it was like a graveyard. You know what I'm saying? These labels are like graveyards. If you don't have a major deal, it's like it's because they kicked you off the label or they and that wasn't the case for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Cam saw things in Koch that he saw. And you know, it's a mutual decision. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no whatever there. But yeah, I think at that time Jay was definitely, you know what I'm saying, trying to maybe may have been trying to swindle me. I don't know. Seemed like it a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah. He came one time when I was playing my album, he came in and listened to my whole album when I was playing it, my second album before we released it from Def Jam. You know what I mean? He kind of told me which records he thought should be my singles and shit like that. But he could do that for everybody too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, him and LA Reid, they called me down to the office. They wanted to listen to my album and you know what I mean, get the rollout ready for my second album, which was what the game's been missing. You know what I mean, which went platinum. So, you know, yeah. But not yeah, nothing really happened. I stayed on Def Jam for a little more while and you know, things even in them buildings, that's when everything started switching. The game started changing. Labels started getting exposed for certain things. Everything started, you know what I mean? So I was always hip and I saw a lot of things before it even happened. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I saw the whole label about to crash. You know what I'm saying? That's why me leaving Def Jam, it was like I wasn't really tripping at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of saw it happen. I kind of saw it happen at that time. But even down to like, man, like down to just paying for your videos. Like I was one of the first niggas who paid for my own videos. Like my mic check video, I paid for that shit out of my pocket, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then built the label back. You know what I'm saying? I had my own studio when I was right after my first album. You understand what I'm saying? I built my own studio. So a lot of the music that was recorded was coming from out my studio. You understand what I'm saying? Every artist that came to New York came to my studio. You understand what I'm saying? At that time, it was you know, so things like that. I was always kind of like ahead of the curve. Like I saw that like, yo, you don't need these big budget videos. All this, we don't need these trailers. We don't need this. All we need is the cameraman and we run and gun this shit. All this paying for permits. Like I've been was one of the first ones to do that. Like I know I was, because nobody was doing it. Been down to come on, man. Still to this day, I don't know too many niggas who had a Rolls Royce in Harlem, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a Rolls Royce, like, you know what I mean? It's only nigga white Rolls Royce with the Bentley following it, with the Corvette following that, with the following that. Come on, man.
I know at one point it was rumored that Lil Wayne he was supposed to sign to Rockefeller. You heard about that?
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, they all spoke about that. I think Wayne spoke about that before. So yeah, that's out there. That's kind of like proven fact. Like that was like more like real like conversation, not like something that I'm like in my I was just kind of like it just seemed like that for me. You know what I'm saying? But in the Wayne case, I think they would really had conversations about, him being on Rockefeller, going to Rockefeller, coming to Rockefeller, shit like that.
Why wasn't it a music video for Welcome to New York City?
It's like seemed like it got good. Then it's like it was just no video. Like I say, the day they made that record, you would have thought a video and everything was coming, because they both seem excited about the record. I mean, Cam had been on the label for a little while, so you know what I mean, shit wasn't happening. There was a lot of tension. But the day they did that record, it seemed like, because I was physically in the studio for that. That's how I wound up getting on that record and doing the whole chorus. But it seemed like that was about to be the turning point. Like everything was great that day in the studio. That's one thing I could say. Like Cam's energy seemed great towards Jay, and Jay's energy seemed great towards Cam from my perspective. You understand what I'm saying? And it looked, they did the record. They both did their shit fast. I wound up doing my shit to turn into the chorus. Um, Guru wound up mixing the record. I think Jay went and played some cards and shit while Guru was mixing the record. We were in there while Guru was mixing the record. Hour and a half later, 2 hours later, everybody's in the room. We all just in there. Everybody was in the studio. I don't recall, but whoever was in the studio that day wound up in that big A room in Baseline, and we were all just listening to that record, New York City, back to back to back. I go, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Jay and Cam, giving each other a pound. Got one. Shit like that. You know what I mean? And definitely would have thought a video was coming. I thought a video was coming for that joint. I don't even know why a video ain't happened. But you know how it should be when niggas get excited, everybody, then when niggas leave, all the other stuff start coming back. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I guess the fact that they really didn't fuck with each other like that started coming back to both of them. Like, man. And then the video just never happened. That's from my perspective.
Damn, that would have been a dope ass video too. Why wasn't y'all in the Fade to Black documentary?
Yeah, I mean, we was never really a part of nothing Rockefeller. We were just on Rockefeller doing our own thing. You know what I mean? We were just on Rockefeller doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? We weren't like Rockefeller, like how Beans and all them came and was like really like, like with Jay, and like how I was under Cam, that's how Beans and them were under Jay. You understand what I'm saying? And Bleak. But we weren't under Rock, like, and then not in no type of way. We just didn't come. We came and we were like, because we came through Dane. You understand what I'm saying? And Cam's ego was like, Cam wasn't a new artist when he came over there, so he already had his ego. Harlem and Jay and them, they already had some type of little history that they had even prior to me. You know what I'm saying? Coming, things that, you know, they know about. So, you know, I was just like a kid in the candy store trying to grab all the fucking candy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been dope. But tell me about the run in y'all had with BML from your point of view. I know Cam, he made a comment about how Jim he ran, but from your point of view, what exactly happened? Was you there?
Yeah. Hmm.
From your point of view, what happened?
All right. So BMF situation. All right. So the night before, we was in Miami. Something happened in the club. We was in the club, and it was certain members of BMF. I think they was from St. Louis. I'm not sure. I don't know where they was from, but a certain fraction, or certain members of BMF. You know what I mean? A certain fraction unit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Was pouring champagne over the balcony. The champagne got on us. You know what I'm saying? Couple niggas from out the crew ran upstairs. You know what I mean? I think somebody got stabbed. I think one of the dudes got stabbed. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. Um, cool. Follow up. The next day, we got a show with Fat Joe at one of these clubs in Miami. We had the show, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we see all these BMF flags up in the air. Man, niggas with mean mugs just holding up BMF flag. Like, what the fuck? Who is these niggas? You know what I'm saying? And now, mind you, right? Prior to this, right? We used to go to different, like, the internet wasn't big, so we used to go to different towns. We would go to Philly, stay for a month, give out our mixtapes, try to take the town over, kind of like let our presence be felt, go to the next town. You know what I'm saying? That's how Cam was doing it. That's how we were really getting strong in these cities. Go to Ohio, go to Chicago, go to Atlanta. So, mind you, we were just in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with my man Chubbs, God bless his soul, rest in peace, Chubby baby. We was just in Atlanta, right? That's where BMF, that's where they had a stronghold on at that time. We were just in Atlanta. Um, I was hanging with one of the dudes from BMF the whole time. I didn't know it. A dude named Ill. He was like a real heavy member in BMF. You know what I'm saying? If you know you know who Ill is. He just came home too. Shout out to Ill. You know what I mean? So go back to the story in Miami, right? Mind you, they holding up all these flags in the club. Be like, who the fuck is these niggas? Fat Joe and them condo, that's them BMF niggas, but y'all got problems with them niggas. Be like, nah, we don't really know. They look like they got a problem with us though. Somebody recognizes them from being the guys from the club last night. Say, must have seen the guys that was in the club with them. Cool. Oh, we tied two and two together. This is them niggas from, you know, the fucking the club. Um, you go back up to the hotel. Um, Now mind you, I'm the first one. Me, my man Blackadon, and a couple of we the first. We literally like right and Chubby Baby. We right there in the front of the hotel. So the Palms is like this, right? This is the front of the hotel. Then the Palms got a long walkway. Then the actual hotel is back here. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the front where everybody, the strip where everybody's walking on South Beach. Oh, you gotta walk all the way in here, maybe about 30 to 50 feet before you get to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe long, maybe about 100 feet before you get to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, me and my people is right here. We trying to get the girls on the strip to get somebody to go back to the room. Jim and his crew they already almost like in the hotel. You understand what I'm saying? Jim is like almost in the hotel already. Like him and a couple of his guys are lingering outside, but Jim is like in the hotel in the lobby talking to somebody. Cam is like outside his car is parked off to the side. You know what I'm saying? So Cam's car is parked off to the side, you know, and he's like in between the cars talking to whoever he's talking to. You know what I'm saying? So the guys pull up, the BMF guys, they looking all around us. You know what I'm saying? So my man Chubbs hit me. My man Chubbs tapped me like, yo, back up, Juelz. You know what I'm saying? So I get behind my man Chubbs and my man Blackadon. They're like, yo, get behind me. See what these niggas trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So we backing up because we like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them. We trying to figure out what the, you know what I'm saying? So boom, as they all mount up, I'm literally the first one they could get to, me. You understand what I'm saying? I see the nigga ill, the dude that I just told you about that I was hanging out with, and me and my man Chubby Baby, we was hanging out with him the whole time in Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? He sees me, but he got this mean mug on his face, like, I'm like, yo, we was just together. Even Chubbs, like, we know this, but he got this mug, like, you know what I'm saying? All them niggas, boom. They rush. So we backing up, but they rush us so fast. Like me and Chubbs and Black didn't even really have time to do nothing. So they was on us. If they wanted us, they would have got us. They kind of ran right by me and my man Chubbs. So I guess Ill must have told them like not Juelz or not Chubby, babe. You know what I mean? They ran right by, they rushed. You know what I'm saying? So that's everybody's running now. They just rushing, this man rushing. I'm backing up, but they done ran by me already. You know what I'm saying? Cool. They ran by me. Cam's off to the side right here in between his car. I honestly don't even think they saw Cam, but it doesn't matter because they didn't want Cam. They only wanted Jim and his peoples, bro. So boom. They run. Yeah, Cam's right here in the corner. I don't think they was even paying that much attention. One of Cam had the security with him. They pulled out the my man James is there. He pulled out the burner kind of same way, push Cam behind him. We always get behind the nigga that got the, you know what I'm saying? Nigga that's going, you know what I'm saying, let it go. Whoever's got the upper hand at that time. Stand behind him, boom. So I think they running straight to get in the hotel. They looking for Jim. So a couple of the guys that was there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say whatever happened, happened. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Jim though, like I can't say Jim ran because I didn't see Jim run. To my knowledge, just about the whole event, Jim was already in the hotel. That's why they didn't get nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Jim was already in the hotel going to the, so I don't even think Jim saw the whole commotion happening like that. Like Jim was already, like, Jim was going already. He was, and it wasn't like on no running. Jim didn't even, I mean, we were already back at the hotel. So that's my take of the story. You understand what I'm saying? Um, some niggas ran, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it to say who, but some niggas, I know, shout out my man Black Dawn. That's all I'm gonna say. BMF know my man Black Dawn. You know what I'm saying? And make a long story short, shout out to my man Sheik Luch. He called Meech or whoever he called. He's my man. They was a fraction of Nork niggas that we was tied to up here in New York, and they had ties with BMF. And you know what I'm saying? We just squashed that whole shit. Like I said, them niggas ill knew Chubby Baby. I mean, it was just so many. It was a lot of different ties we had that to each other that we just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So you had a lot of different niggas calling, trying to. So whoever squashed the situation, to my knowledge, it was my man Daddy O Sheik from Newark. You know what I'm saying? He fully squashed the situation. You know what I'm saying? Next day, had everybody meet up and everything was all good. So, but yeah, that's how that BMF situation happened. But you know, my man Black was tight. My man Black Dawn wound up going back up to the BMF to the hotel they was at. You know what I'm saying? Just to like, cause he was just so mad that that shit happened. Like, nah, like that. Like niggas don't run down on us, man. But whatever. That everything wound up being cool. So, man, you know what I mean? It happened. Men respect men at the end of the day. So a situation happened, you know what I mean? And got through it. But when you see 50 niggas, like, I don't give a I'm talking about a real 50 niggas too. Like, you gotta think these niggas had niggas from mad different towns. And this was Miami during Memorial Weekend. So all of the crews was out there. Whether it was the St. Louis BMF niggas and the you know what I mean? Everybody was out there. This was Memorial Weekend Miami when it was prime time. That year, the years when it was like you had to be somebody to go out there. And BMF was somebody and we was somebody. So we was all out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like it's like a clash that could have went somewhere else, but by the grace of God, it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wound up respecting the situation and just how it played out and understanding that, all right, come on, man, we gonna be running across each other. We got too many men, good men that know each other, that with each other. So, all right, this shit ain't really about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Jim's held his own through many situations. So, I mean, to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about in that situation, like I said, Jim was already in the hotel. Cause he just was the first one probably to get back to the hotel from where we was at. And he might have had you know what I mean? He might have just been going to his room for whatever reason already. Like he was already in the hotel. I was lingering because I was just a young nigga trying to catch my stragglers. Cam had pulled in whatever car he was in, you know what I'm saying? Cam probably had his driver, so they pulled in. And like I said, the hotel had a long walkway. All the cars were parked to the side, and then you walk straight in, and then the hotel was in the back here. Everybody know the Palms on Miami Beach. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's right there on the strip. You're
Yeah, I see what you mean. Your lean addiction. What led to you getting hooked on lean?
Oh man. I mean, I think it's the same old story, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Um, I was drinking it through, it was just kind of it got introduced to me through Houston guys, Paul Wall, my man Paul Wall, couple of the guys from Houston. You know what I'm saying? It was being talked about. So, everybody tries to see what culture is about. So that was like the Houston culture at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I tried it and I liked it at the time. I mean, anybody who's tried it probably liked it. You know what I mean? Honestly, that's why people do it. It was sweet. It was tasted like candy. The one I tasted, it was just like, I didn't even really know about the effects and all that. I gradually learned about all that as it was happening to me. Oh, you getting hot? Oh, all right, cool. First cut, oh, this shit make me feel good too. And while you smoking, I could do this. Didn't even know it was an opioid at first. You know what I'm saying? You start learning these things. And I think that goes for everybody. You know what I mean? Even some of the first people, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, then I got with Wayne. Wayne was already kind of drinking it at the time. Me and Wayne, you know what I mean? We would just drink. And that leads to doing it not every day, then to doing it every day. Then, with that, it's like you get physically dependent to where your body kind of needs it. Like you get sick if you don't have it. I mean, anybody will tell you that shit when it comes to opioids. So, you know, there's a lot of people out here that want to stop doing opioids, but just don't want to get sick. You understand what I'm saying? Or, to be honest, that sick shit is hard. Like it's a hard thing to go through. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I understand it because I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? And anybody going through it, I recommend them just, you know what I mean, go hard and fight. You know what I mean? It's definitely hard, but it's beautiful on the other side. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But everybody's fighting with this shit. Even, I had my thing with pills too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And I had that was prescribed to me. That was simple as following the doctor's rules. Like I tell people this shit could be as simple as just following what the doctor tells you to do and you get hooked on this shit. And then, you know what I mean? Then the doctors cut you off, then you gotta go to the streets and get it. You know what I'm saying? Cause you physically dependent. You know what I mean? Like I say, that shit get you sick if you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? If you do it for 2 to 4 weeks straight, probably without stopping, like every day, it's that long. You know what I mean? Then with that, your tolerance, it's a tolerance thing. So you start building up a tolerance for it, like anything else, and you start taking more and more and more. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not getting the same effect that you was getting when you probably took, just a little bit of it. So now you taking more to get that same effect. So, and then it just turns into a downward spiral. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, hopefully you could catch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or you have people that can help you catch yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then it's fucked up because in this day and age, they playing with that fentanyl. It's a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? They putting that shit in everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone that. Like that fentanyl, I feel like that's murder. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here. Majority of the people do not take fentanyl, bro. They may pop pills, so they think they're going to get something that they, don't care. That's just like if you go get a water and somebody got fentanyl in your water and you die, nigga. You wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, granted, see, people just look at it like being that it's an opioid and it's classed as an overdose. I think it gets, you know what I mean? Oh, he overdosed. Yeah, but if he'd have just took the regular pill that he wanted to take, he wouldn't have overdosed. You know what I'm saying? It's like crackheads. Crackheads been crackheads for 30, 40 years. They not dying. You understand what I'm saying? It's that fentanyl. So my thing is like, if a nigga got fentanyl in their system and a nigga don't do fentanyl, That nigga was murdered, bro. You understand what I'm saying? That's murder. I don't care what nobody say. That's murder, bro. For real. That's the one thing. Come on, bro. But yeah, that's what make it so scary now to where it's like that should be niggas' biggest thing with trying to get off it because you got the dealers now. They don't even care. They like killing. Are you killing your customers? Like I don't even get that part about it. Like I mean, but this shit is bigger than what we think it is. You understand what I'm saying? This goes way. You know what I'm saying? This shit is bigger than us, bro. This shit is way bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? The pharmacies, it's like a legal drug ring they running and nobody even talks about that. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Exploits like, come on, bro. But I mean, it's getting there because you know this shit's trickling down. Like you got a lot of high powered people that's addicted to these opioids and stuff right now. So it's not like it's like just a urban thing. This is far from just an urban thing. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of politicians, kids, and people's getting addicted to this shit, dying. So I don't know.
How did you get off?
I mean, you gotta get to a point to where I guess you just gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta get to a point to where you know, like I say, it definitely for me it was a point that I wanted to stop, but I mean, I would say like everybody else, but I don't know. Some people just don't want to stop. But for a minute, I wanted to stop, but I didn't want to get sick. So I was just kind of like using that. I don't want to say as an excuse because it was the truth. You understand what I'm saying? But it was the truth at the same time. I didn't. You know what I mean? You gotta be sick for, you know what I mean, a decent amount of time too. It's some days. Like so if you work or you gotta do a show, like you gotta kinda shut down for a little while. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go off the grid for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it's just about, I mean, everybody's different. So for me, it was just about, I was just tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I was doing it for a while. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. You know what I mean? No matter how much you enjoy doing something, or you know what I mean, nothing lasts forever. You can't keep doing something forever. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to get to your point. Whatever your point is, and that gets you something to click in your brain to where it's like, you know, and then you just got to do it. Then comes the hard part. You know what I'm saying? Doing it, actually going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was times where I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I start trying to do it, and then it's like I can't follow through. But it takes some discipline. It's mental too. You know, and then just be and then just being around other people that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to curve them cravings and them what do you call like that peer pressure of just, you know what I'm saying, wanting to dibble and dabble as a social thing because that'll turn into, a more serious situation. Yo, Beanie Siegel and them, that's the one thing I could say. Beanie and them was up on that first, probably. Even before the Houston, they used to have they pancakes and syrup, man. When I first met them, beans was, and I didn't even know what it was, so I didn't even think. I mean, beans had a piece of plastic. They used to suck that shit out of a piece of plastic. You know what I'm saying? Like the raw promethazine and codeine. You pour it in a plastic bag, and you spin a corner, and all of the liquid is at that little corner of a plastic bag. Then they would bite a hole in it at the bottom and just sip the juice and slowly, but raw, no mixing with soda or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been on that. You know what I'm saying? I just say it like that, but Beans was doing that shit when, like I said, a nigga ain't even think about, niggas wasn't even rapping about this at the time. Like, maybe you may have had just like the Memphis niggas and the Houston niggas rapping about it, but they weren't even mainstream artists like that to where that shit was really getting out there to, you know what I'm saying? So like, but I don't know. Philly just always, I don't know, man. You gotta ask them how they knew about that shit back then. They did though. They used to call it pancakes and syrup. So that was the pills, which was the perks, and then the syrup, which was the lean. This was, I'm talking before Paul Wall and Mike Jones, all these Houston niggas, so before Wayne had the cup. Like this was when Beans was, and Beans never even really rapped about it. Like he did say little slick lines, but I don't think niggas caught it because he said little pancake and syrup in it, but I don't think niggas knew what he was talking about. Like niggas really was acting like they knew, but they didn't really know what he was talking about.
You being from Harlem, give me your top three rappers from Harlem with the best catalog.
I would be in there, but I'm gonna not include myself, right? I'm gonna not include myself because I would be in there. But if I'm in there, that means I gotta knock one of these guys out, and I don't want to knock one of these guys out. I wanna. You know what I'm saying? Mace, Cam, and Jim.
Okay, okay, I like that, man. I mean, Cam, he got Purple Haze and Come Home With Me, two classics. He'll be number one for me as far as catalog goes.
Mace, Cam, and Jim.
So Mace, Harlem World, you got him in the top three. That album alone puts him in the top three. Classic album too.
Yeah, yep. Mace Harlem World was big enough to where it puts him in there. That whole album was pretty much. You know what I mean, niggas who knew that whole album, like every song on there type shit. So you know what I mean. I can't front. Mace had Harlem in a spin cycle when he came out. He had the world in a spin cycle, but you know what I mean.
And Jim, you got his catalog top three.
Yep, yep. Jim's been so consistent and just the to where he is now and how much he's improved and that just the level of the amount. Jim might have the most music from a Harlem rapper out. Jim has more music than literally all of us single handedly. The most albums, I think, everything. Like now, you know what I mean? How could you not put Capo in there? You know what I'm saying? And then Cam. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to take away from nobody else, but you asked a specific question, so I had to kind of be specific about my answer. Shout out to all the Harlem dudes, Davey, shout out to Vado, shout out to motherfucking Big L, McGruff. But honestly, you said catalog. I'm just being honest. Mace, Cam, despite myself, because I would be in there, but like I said, I don't want to take away from none of those guys. So Mace, Cam, and Jim, as far as hottest catalogs of music coming out of Harlem, for sure. Because all of them had, just as much as they had albums, they had mixtape music too. You know what I'm saying? From Mace to Jim to, you know what I mean? And I think all of them have potent enough material to where they could hold those three spots down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Big L would have been in there, but he didn't get his time. He don't got enough catalog. McGruff, same way. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes for everybody. You know what I mean? Even, you know what I mean? Yeah, like,
The verses y'all had with the lock. So how did that come about? Like, what's the backstory behind that? And I know it ain't quite, work out in y'all favor, but
oh, you gonna do that? You gonna do that? Now, me and you got beat. Nah, I'm just, nah, you right. That definitely, nah, I definitely didn't. Yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, it came about because Swiss and them reached out really, and they had the idea about us doing it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody agreed to do it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, she got spooky up there. No, like I said, see, for me, like, see, people don't understand. See, it's easy for me because, like I said, like I told you, I was a fan of these guys. Like, I'm not here to sit there and act like I was. You know what I mean, just like I know I'm that nigga, I know, but sometimes it's about. I was always a fan of them. So be just for me, my presence on that stage, going against dudes that I used to like. You understand how I feel? Like these is dudes I used to hear and never thought I would even. You know what I mean, be in the same presence as. But I knew I would be in the same presence as them because but you know what I mean. Like it was still a dream at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on stage, like, you know what I mean? Gotta go. That was enough for me to just the day to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, I went out there to win, but like I said, you can't underestimate niggas like I always like what I said. I forgot what interview I said it on. The Locks are a group. Dipset is not a group. Dipset are three superstars that come together as Voltron. You know what I'm saying? We form a group sometime. You understand what I'm saying? But like we didn't come up like writing raps together. Like I almost think they write they raps together type. Like they really like they carry themselves like a group. Like, come on, I mean back to backs. Like me and Cam never went back to back or like the way Jaden and Styles went back to back. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They got real back to backs. Like they back to back. It's like only one of y'all wrote that verse. I don't think two of y'all. Like they back to backs are so in sync with each other that you don't even think that that could be two people. You understand what I'm saying? That's how in sync they are. So what I'm saying is with that, it's like, and I think that just played out on stage. That's what I think that was. I think, for the stage of it, like for song, I don't think it really have nothing to do. I think it was more about the stage, everything that happened on the stage. You know what I'm saying? I think they kind of outworked us and outperformed us that day. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't think it was about the music. You understand what I'm saying? Because the music always can be played next to each other, side by side. Records are still, you know what I mean? And then it all depends on what record you play after this record that could be big. So, that's all, you know what I mean? Whatever. But I definitely think, you know what I mean? And I definitely going to give a big part of that to Jada. But one thing I do want to say, and I don't want to use this is not an excuse or nothing, but y'all got to see what we was up against too. Like, we did a lot of Dipset records, like, and I'm not trying to, but you know what I mean? Jada was able to perform a lot of records that weren't his records, but he were on. So these were number one records. Like we were going against number one records that weren't Jada records. You know what I'm saying? But he had verses on, so he was able to perform them. Like Mariah Carey records, you understand what I'm saying? He's pulling shit out the woodworks. Like Jada was pulling shit out like boom. He was pulling the showstoppers out. So I'm like, damn. And some of them, like weren't his records, but he had verses on them. Even like he combated our New York City with his New York City, New York, but that wasn't his record. That was Ja Rule's record. But this is what we was up against. We was up against a nigga like Jada. He was almost like Wayne. Like he was like the feature king. He was like the nigga he had mad features on a lot of big records. You understand what I'm saying? Just as much as they had records that were Locks records. So we were competing against all of those plus all the features that Jada had. You know what I mean? So it was just like I didn't even do Chris Brown running. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't even do Chris Brown running. I didn't even do It's a Lot of Records. Nothing. It just like I said, man. They outworked us that day though, man. They outworked us. They outperformed us. Shout out to the Locks, man. I don't take nothing away from them. You know, they had a good night. They had a great night.
Legendary moment, man. Epic. Juelz, great interview, my guy. Great interview, very insightful. Gotta bring you back, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me, man. Anytime I'm here. New music on the way. So when I get this new music out, we bring it away. We bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Talk some more hot shit. Talk some more hot shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, I appreciate you having me, man. It's love. I got so much stored in this thing, and it's crazy, man. I don't talk too much. That's what it be, man. So I got so much history, man. Got a lot of things coming though. All I like to do is say, stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. I don't pop it. I show it. You heard? ICFMF. I can't feel my face. You know what I'm saying? The baby. We got the streets. You heard? You know what I'm saying?